David, have we heard back from the board about my statue yet? Or did they sign off on the idea of a 100-foot bronze statue? What do you mean they said it's too big? Hello? Oh, Chris Venables, how are you, mate? Excellent news, excellent news. How can I help you, my friend? Oh, the youth intake's here. Alright, is it disappointing again? Best one yet. You've perked my interest, mate. I'll be right down. Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to Season 10, Episode 14 of The Impossible Dream with Bala Town. And today we send the WAGS out in the Welsh Cup semi-final against Cardiff Met Uni. And then we go to Germany to face Schalke in the first leg of our Europa League Quarter-Final. But before any of that, the next generation of WAGS has come in and we're searched by HT so you can see sort of the most recent batch. And we have three guys here who potentially pushing in towards European quality. So let's have a quick look at these guys. Now, as ever, I do like to name the players after the Patreon supporters. So if you're a Patreon supporter that qualifies and one of these guys takes your fancy, let me know in the comments. If you are not yet a Patreon supporter, there's no problem with that. But there is a link down in the description if you're interested to see exactly what you need to do to have a player named after you. And there's other tiers as well. So, I mean, any help is greatly appreciated. But you can see we've got two leaders and an intelligent player. That's an excellent start. Two central defenders, which we don't really need, and a midfielder. First up is Gareth John Gurk, or Gurke. I'm not quite sure how you say that. Potentially, obviously, quite good. I do have concerns. The first one is jumping reach and pace, and physically, just generally. And the second one is positioning. But we're going to hope that he's going to kick on. He may not develop into it's a European quality. There's not really another position that we could play him in. Maybe a ball-winning midfielder, but I'm not quite sure his passing and work rate is up to that. So we're just going to see how he develops. But there, as I said, potentially quite good. So that's Gareth. The second man here is Ben Evans down on the farm. That's Bob Evans, isn't it? That's an American thing. If you haven't been to America, Bob Evans is like it. Anyway, Google it. Anyway. I'm going to have to call him Bob Evans now, aren't I? Anyway, let's focus. Let's focus. Again, 16 years old. His defensive stats aren't too bad. Positioning, again, needs to be worked on. But physically, he looks a lot better. Strength is maybe an issue as well. But again, potentially quite good. And central defenders isn't where we need players, but we'll take him if we get him. And the final one here, and obviously this is someone that I'm excited about, is Ken Buckley here. A central midfielder. Now, already, I'm going to say he could walk into the team, into the WAGS, and play in a domestic game. Good passing, good vision, teamwork, work rate, technique is good. First touch isn't too bad. He's still only 16. Good decision making as well. I think this guy could be quite good for us. So I think he's probably the one I'm most excited about. Also being a central midfielder. That will obviously help. The rest, there's some other decent players here, but I'm just basically offering contracts to everybody just to try, because obviously they're not good enough for us, but hopefully if they have our training facilities, even if it is just youth contracts for 2 seasons, we'll develop them into a player that is going to be of use to somebody else in the league, even if it's not for us. So we are going to sign most, if not all, of the intake. So that is that. Now we do have 2 games to catch you up on since last episode, both in the league, starting with a little warm-up for today's game against Cardiff Met Uni. We fell behind early, but KDH rescued a point midway through the second half. So more dropped points. We just couldn't score in this game. It was ridiculous. You can see we should have won the game. We went with the 3 strikers, 3 centre-backs, and then sort of the 2 wing-backs and 2 central midfielders. We just couldn't score. Obviously, Allmark not scoring is a problem because he needs 8 more goals I think he needs to break the league record. And he can't afford to be going scoreless in games like this. So that was the game against Cardiff Met Uni. Next up, it was the New Saints. We took an early lead when Riola crossed for Jan Averman. TNS pulled level in first half stoppage time. But we secured the points when Averman crossed for René Felge to finish on the turn. So this was a decent performance without the goals. Unfortunately, we didn't have Allmark for this one. He was a late call up to the Welsh team. I didn't postpone the game, and so he missed this one. So that really makes it difficult. I think he has 4 games now to get 8 goals, which is doable. but it starts to get very, very, iffy. Averman and Felge with the late goal there to win it for us. They didn't really create too much. You can see their goal was scrappy. Murphy was an absolute star in there. But, otherwise we did give Morgan, one of our youngsters that we signed from Manchester City, a game at left back. He did okay. But yeah, I mean, we did what we had to do. We got the win. So luckily, no more drop points there. Quick look at the league table. We now have 27 wins from our 29 games. It's interesting between the New Saints and Bengal City for second. That's still a big fight. But we do park the league for this episode. First up, it's the WAGS in the semi-final of the Welsh Cup. Then we go off to Germany. Let's have a look at what we're doing in the Cup game. We are the favourites for this one. Heavy favourites as well. But again, that's probably not taking into account that the WAGS are playing. Quick look here. There's still a Simon Howarth coached team. He's been around for a while. There now, hasn't he? 3 years. They're adventurous, direct playing style. We're expecting a 4-4-2. You can see they beat Bengal City last time out, which was a bit of a hammer blow to their chances of second. Very, very strange heat map. It looks like we could walk through the middle there almost. So Ewan Dixon could have a big role to play in today's game. Passing network suggests the same thing. They sort of, I think it's called the Red Sea formation. They just down one side or the other. They don't actually pass to each other. You can see there they are definitely a direct team. And this is a team that we are sending out to hopefully get the job done for us. It's going to be our young goalkeeper Burgess in goal for this one. Robson's going to continue at left back. He is developing nicely with the extra games that we're giving him this season. We're going to go with the two stars of the team really at centre back. It's KDH and it's Griffith McMenemy. They are very, very good academy products for us. John Richardson, he's not let us down yet in the Cup. We'll see how he goes. He's got a little bit of a knock there, but he's due back at training sort of imminently, so we'll give him a start. We're going strong in midfield also. It's Sam York, and it is Curtis Owen. Of course, Owen came through our academy and is a very good player for us. Up Gareth goes down the right. Ewan Dixon is through the middle as a Trey Cortista. Let's hope he can pull the strings in there. Sean Davies is out wide left. And we're going to give Gwynedd another game up top. He was a star in the last round, wasn't he? So we'll give him a game. All marks on the bench along with Dan Garmy, who's developing nicely with the extra games. You can see he's moved into Gold Star current ability. Will Giggs, who has been a good player for us. Gosney is there if we need him. And the backup goalkeeper is Stewart. Let's go. So it is a 4-4-2. Callum Preston is in goal for them. Our former goalkeeper, of course. I don't recognise any other names there, I don't think. No, I mean, they took points off us recently, so it's obviously not going to be an easy game for us, this one. Gomez says do it for the fans. Let's go with that. Let's give the fans a performance. Some calm, we have faith. Performances have dropped off a little bit, but it tends to happen to us at the end of the season. So, I mean, I think it's just as much as anything a motivational thing, with the league essentially won. We did play with the 3-4 or 3-5, or 3-4-3, wasn't it, formation against them last time, and that obviously didn't quite work out. So going back to wingers, let's hope we can pick it up. Sam York, good ball in, it's KDH, and it's inches over the crossbar. But they've got a cup final on the line here, though. It would be fantastic if the WAGs could get into the cup final in their in the first season of the WAG era. But obviously, Met Uni's not the easiest. Here we go with Sam York again. Another free kick in. Griffin McMenemy, and again, the header goes over the bar. We're looking okay here, aren't we? We're dominating the game. We do just need to stick one of these chances away. Let's try and demand more. Almost the biggest problem that I've found is trying to keep the WAGs match fit ahead of cup games. So, I mean, for example, Gareth and Sean Davies are not the most match sharp, and we're maybe paying a little bit of a price for that. It's not been a great first half. 2 set-piece opportunities for us, and that's about it. We'll say we're not happy. We'll try and spark a little bit of action here. Some calm, we have faith. It's difficult, too, because I don't want to... We expect a little bit more. I told them they were all rubbish, weren't they? So we don't want to tell people they're rubbish twice. Yeah, I do wonder Gwynedd up top if we maybe need to look to change him around. Let's go. We'll pass it into space. Let's take it off, exploit the flanks, and see if that helps us at all. We've got a highlight here, starting with a Met Uni throw. Can we go and win it back? They've gone over the top. We've let them get in behind us, and it's a big save from Burgess. He hasn't always looked the best back there. He certainly looked okay there, though. We've given him a demand more shout. We've got work to do defending the corner now. Giles knocks it in, and that will do it for the... We'll never know. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to say that the attacking players aren't playing well, because we haven't really seen anything of them. Especially Gwynedd up top. It's really harsh if we were to take him off, but I think we might have to do that. We're going to need to get Allmark on there. Let's play him as a pressing forward as well. And is there anything else we want to do? We don't really have too much more that we can do in terms of getting a stronger player on. The only other sort of I would consider first team player is Gosney, but the other two up there are not that far off of him. It's not a position that we need to worry about improving things necessarily. Allmark's not having it. He's looking nervous. That's just what we wanted from you, mate, to go out there and look nervous. Excellent work. We have not had a shot on... We've had 2 shots on goal the entire game. We're going to extra time. It's been an absolute snooze fest. I'm going to... We've been the better team. Let's maybe try that. Try and get a little bit of confidence into them. Yeah, we just need to be a little bit better, don't we? I wonder if we try exploit the middle. Let's take it off, pass the ball into space. We saw that there was a gaping hole through the middle of their team. We can also see that Davies is having a nightmare out there now. He's not match fit. He's not match sharp. So let's get Garmy on. Can he play as a winger? I mean, his crossing's better than dribbling. He's not the quickest, but let's go with it. And here we go. Garmy over a free kick. Can third time be a charm? Oh, it can. Damien Allmark pops up. It is a 42nd goal of the season for him. Unfortunately, it doesn't count towards the league tally, obviously. But Dan, Garmy, the 2 subs combined. Good header from Damien Allmark. That's what he was on the field to do. And it took to extra time, but he did get there eventually. Let's go off of attacking. And we half-time and extra time. We'll get back out there. We need to concentrate, boys. And it doesn't matter how you get to a final as long as you get there. And we are very, very close to getting there at this point. Alright, let's start and close it down. It's not been much of a game, has it? You get the feeling maybe that Cardiff Met Uni has come to try and spoil for us. And credit to them, they've probably done a very good job of that. But here we go. We have made the final. The WAGS will be going to the Welsh Cup final in the first year of the WAGS. And it's Allmark in the 103rd minute that gets us there. A very good save from Burgess. We shouldn't forget that. He definitely played his part in that win. But that's exciting. The WAGS are going to the final. Congratulations, boys. We're delighted for you. So Howarth has birthday to forget. We're into the final. The other semi-final is the New Saints and Afen Lido. So they're 2 very, very good teams. It's going to be a tough final no matter what happens there. We get 75 grand. Redknapp is spotted. Having a look at KDH, Curtis Owen, Ewan Dixon, Sam York and Sean Davies for the next Wales squad. But that's partly of the job done. We're into the final. Now we need to go off to Germany and see if we can get into the last 4 of the Europa League. I completely forgot to do this while I was recording, but the WAGS will face the New Saints in the final. Alright, welcome back. I am a little bit sick with nerves ahead of this one, to be honest. We are not the favourites, but when were we last favourites in Europe? It's certainly not been, it's been a little while, hasn't it? David Wagner is their manager, as he is in real life. Decent manager. He does okay. Adventurous standard playing style. They are currently sitting 2nd in the Bundesliga and they are in a title race with Bayern Munich. I mean, some of us have won our league title months ago, but, you know, each to their own, Schalke. But let's go and have a look here and see the data analysis report. We are expecting them to come out in this sort of it's almost standard, isn't it? 4-2-3-1 formation. We can see the heat map here. They are high up the pitch. They definitely spread out when they attack. Getting in behind their fullbacks, you do wonder if that is potentially where we could get some love. There's their passing network and their key passes as well. Sort of tend to get into the final third before they look for that killer pass. And this is the team that we are sending out. It's the usual formation. It is Teniskovic in goal. It's Norrington, Davies, Lolo, Goddard, Wanmi and Ignatievic across the back. It's Broughton in front of them with Murphy, and we're going to bring Yamaguchi back in for this one. It's the Big Mac Hans Mackmeyer. It's Tommy Williamson up top. Oh, this is huge. Alright, here we go. They have sprung a surprise. They've come out in a 4-4-2. So we can't really take anything that we just saw in that analysis report because it essentially means nothing. No pressure, boys. No pressure whatsoever. We've massively outseeded our expectations. Go out there and just see what you can do for me. Alright, and here we go. I mean, really, if we can get away goals, that's important. We just want to be in the tie, a little bit like Porto, don't we, going home. I don't really know what to expect from them. Murphy's done well there. The Big Mac can't quite get onto that. Now, of course, Heinz Mackmeyer is German, so he's going to be well up for this. I did consider putting Averman on the bench, but my plan was not to play with wingers, so I didn't really see a sense in wasting a sub for him. Mackmeyer, Jesus Christ, and I've whacked my knuckles off the desk as well. Jesus Christ, Heinz, you're killing me here. That really hurt. I mean, they're camped outside our area here, aren't they? We can't get anywhere near them. Can we get a foot in there? Don't give away a penalty. Don't give away a penalty, Ignatievic. Not the start we wanted. An early goal conceded. Let's give them a concentrate. We have seen from time to time, haven't we, Ignatievic get a little bit caught out. He just let him get past him, didn't he? And could Tanaskovic done a little bit better there as well at the near post. Not the start we wanted. Not the start we wanted. Come on, boys. Let's fire up now. Let's go and get that away goal. It's one of these, isn't it, where we've really just got to keep playing to the end, because an away goal, 3-0 becomes 3-1 and suddenly you're back in the tie. So we really do need to make sure that we are playing to the end here. Not that I don't think we will, but even me as a manager, I cannot afford to give up. We've got a free kick to defend here. We did work on this in training coming into it. Lolo kind of hacks it clear. It's still there for us. We did work on defending set pieces, both free kicks and corners. So I'd like to think we'll see a benefit of that. But we didn't necessarily see it there, did we? Come on, boys. Get creative for me. Is there something to be had here before half-time? It's not looking particularly like it is. And there we go. Well, just the one moment in the game, and unfortunately it's gone against us. Let's go a passionate dig in. A passionate dig in. We've got Ignatievic on a booking. Please don't get another one, mate. It's been a little while since we went through a tie without a red card, hasn't it? Oh, did we do it against Porto? Maybe we did do it against Porto. We're going to tell the players that aren't playing well that we expect more from them. We haven't laid a glove on them, if we're honest, have we? It does make me think maybe we do need to have a quick change of plan here, because it's not working. We haven't, as I said, got anywhere near them. We haven't had a highlight. So that brings me to what can we do to change things. Let's raise the tempo. And let's just try raising the tempo first. Defensively, we haven't looked too bad. We've limited them, haven't we, really? We've got a corner to defend now. Ball in. It's cross goal. Tanaskovic was a cross. Not convinced he had it covered, but that's fine. Let's get creative. Yamaguchi's looking nervous and not playing well, so that'll do it for him. Let's get Sam York on. Switch him and Murphy around. I'm wondering, let's change the Tommy Williamson's role to a deep lying forward on attack. Try and drop him back in to see if we can get something going. At some point, 1-0's not the worst, but we really do need an away goal. Excellent claim there by Tanaskovic. And can we get something going here? Tanaskovic rolls it out to Goddard, to Murphy. Murphy spreads it out there for Norrington Davies. Haven't seen much from him yet. Is he going to get caught in possession? No, he goes back to Lolo. Lolo across there for Goddard. Forward to Brewerton. We're stringing some passes together. This is good. Oh, and why do I have to open my mouth? We give it away. And is it going to come straight back? We're going to get caught on the break, are we? Ignatievic is there. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Let's maybe, having seen that, let's look to go a little bit more direct perhaps as well. We've not seen anything from our front two, have we? So what we're gonna try a little bit something different here. Again, we're gonna drop him in. We're gonna Mackmeyer as a target man on attack, and the shadow striker in his preferred role there for Williamson. And let's see if that helps us at all. We've not created anything, have we? Here we go. 1-me to Ignatievic. It just takes one moment and suddenly we've got that away goal and we're level. Murphy back to 1-me. We're going the wrong way, boys. Back to Tanaskovic. Can he spread it? Oh, Jesus Christ. Gets it long eventually to Mackmeyer. Down to Williamson. Back to Murphy. Murphy is looking for Mackmeyer, but It wasn't the place, was it? There was an overlapping run there from Ignatievic. He didn't take it, and suddenly, oh, Teniskovic keeps us in the tie. He was offside in any case. All right, Norrington Davies isn't having a good day. We do have a good option on the bench in Montgomery, so let's make that change. And it's still not really working up top, is it? So let's get Tate on, who can play as a false 9. Let's get him on for Williamson. And what we'll do is we'll stick Tate back up top as a false 9. And just see if that helps us at all. That's our subs done, of course, now. And what else can we do? Let's hit early crosses. Let's try passing into space. Defensively, we've not looked too bad. It's just getting forward, isn't it? We haven't created anything. Let's go attacking. 1-0 isn't the worst, but really we do need that away goal. Otherwise, it's a very, very tight rope. We're walking at home, and I don't think we're going to get anything. We've really just shot a blank there, haven't we? A 3rd-minute goal. We lose 1-0. It's still all to play for in the second leg, but that was a little bit disappointing, boys. So Schalke dominate the game. We didn't create anything, did we? And that's the disappointing thing, but we'll get them back home. I do wonder, so the one time I didn't have the option of wingers on the bench, if maybe that was the game for wingers. But there we go. As I said, we're in the second leg, and that's going to be next time. We will be back for the second leg, and also we'll come straight back and do the Clonelly Town game as Allmark chases down the 50. He has 3 league games left to do it. He needs 8 goals in 3 league games. It's going to be a big ask for him, but if anyone can do it, it's Mr. Allmark, isn't it? So that's all for next time, guys. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Take care.